It's all about adventure and sharing them with those you love. We are the Signs family. Miguel, Elizabeth, Miguel, and of course, Gunny. And these are the Signs RV Adventures. Hello everyone, this is Miguel with Signs RV Adventures. And here on this channel, we talk a lot about tricks that we do, adventures that we go on in an RV, and sometimes some unboxing videos like we're going to do some today. Today we're going to talk about a backup camera, something that I didn't really think about in the past, but now that I think about it, it's kind of important that you see behind you, because when you're driving or when you're pulling a trailer, you can't really see behind you, so you cannot see the traffic that is coming up there, and changing lanes can be a little bit difficult. I realized that the other day when I was actually taking our RV, the one that we just got, the Thor Majestic, the 28A, I was taking it out to get re-seals, all the seals on the outside and the roof checked and everything. And I realized that I can't see behind me. So I did a lot of research, and I kept coming back to the same company over and over again, which was the Haloview. And what I'm going to go over today is I'm actually going to do the unboxing of the Haloview camera. Okay, the Haloview 7-inch 720 pixel camera that we're going to use today, and it is the MC7108. It is a fully wireless camera that has an antenna in the back of the camera. So let's go ahead and open this up and let's see what it has in it. I haven't opened this up yet, so I'm going to do it with you. So we're going to be able to see together exactly what is in this box for our camera. Okay, so here we go. All right, so let's see exactly what we got here. Pull out our trusty dandy surgical scissors. Can never go wrong with those. All right, so here we go. Let's check this out. All right, so in our box that we have here, of course, always got the instructions, got everything inside there, how to install it. There's different variations of this camera that's out there. I just went with this one because I didn't want to have wires running on top of my roof or anything. I know they do have the RD7, the long-range version of this camera, that actually has a cable that runs on top of your roof where you can actually run it inside your rig or your mobile home and actually plug it in that way. But I didn't want to go that route. I mean, it's only a 30-foot RV. This camera should be more than capable of sending the signal back and forth to the actual monitor from the back of the antenna and stuff and everything else. Hey! Gunny, get down. Get down. So it should be able to go ahead and send the signal down there. Okay, so first things first, we got our 7-inch monitor that we have on here that's actually going to go in front of the cab, and I'll show you that here in just a minute where it actually goes. Got the camera itself. Pretty sturdy camera. Metal. Nice and heavy, so looks like good quality, so we're going to check it out here in just a second. We'll take a look at that. Got an actual mount with some 3M tape on the back of it. I guess you can put this on your windshield, and you can actually put it maybe on your dashboard and everything. Now, I'm not going to use this one. I actually ordered the suction cup mount that's going to go on the window. It just hasn't gotten here yet, so once I get it, then I'm going to go ahead and use that one instead of mounting it actually on my dashboard or on my windshield. It's got some hardware screws that it comes with, Allen wrench, and little wing nuts to actually tighten it down. Okay, of course you got your two antennas. Got the antenna for the camera, one for the monitor. You have the cigarette lighter adapter that goes plugged into the camera. Looks like we have the power adapter for the back of the camera where it goes plugged into the camera, and then the two wires, the positive and the negative, that go attached to the power source in the back of the RV, or where we were planning on getting your 12-volt power from, and everything else. You got the little pigtail that goes to your cigarette lighter, and you have a pairing cable, so you can actually pair the camera before you actually install it in the back. Sunshade visor, and you have another mount, so in case you want to permanently mount it on top. Well, that's basically it. So let's go ahead and get all this put together, and let's get into actually putting it onto the RV. All right, so here we are on the dashboard, and I have my monitor on here. I went ahead and added the antenna here on top. Now we're going to use the cigarette lighter to go ahead and power it up to make sure that we go ahead and power the camera. So as you can see, you have your actual plug in here. Now we're going to have to use the pigtail that comes with it. which is, here's the little pigtail to go ahead and plug it in, because you can see the adapter. So we'll go ahead and put that in there, and it is a little prong. All you do is stick it in there. Then we have the other little adapter here that's going to go to the back of our cigarette lighter. I don't know why they don't make it easy and just put this kind of an adapter to the actual monitor to make it easier to go ahead and do that. It'd be a lot easier. All right, so here we are. We have our actual pigtail that we're going to end up using here. So what we're going to do is, let me see here, to make it easier for us. Okay, so we have our power adapter that's going to go here. I'm going to go ahead and plug that in to there. This goes into the monitor there, and then this adapter is going to go to our camera. All right, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and set that there. I'm going to go ahead and take our monitor. Let's go ahead and get our cigarette lighter, which all it has, it's got a little power button on it. You can do that, just plug it in, hit the power button. As you guys can see, we have power now. So go ahead and power it on. Let's see what happens here. And check it out. The camera automatically pairs to it. And as you guys can hear, the camera's actually got a microphone built into it, so you guys can see that it's already paired. So it paired automatically. Now what I read in the instructions is that this camera automatically pairs to the number 4 channel on the monitor, so that makes it easier. So the next step we got to do now is go ahead and take this in the back, mount it on to exactly where I want to mount it in the back of the RV, and go ahead and get the power going on here and see to make sure that everything works and everything is ready to go. Now I also got the side marker lights that I attached to the trailer, to my RV as well. So I'll show you guys that once I get them put onto the monitor, and then we connect them all 3 of them together so we can go ahead and see exactly how that stuff works. All right, so I'll see you in the back of the RV. All right, so I'm back here in the back of the RV now. I went ahead and took off the center marker light. That's where I'm going to get my power running from. I have it on there. I've checked on it. I left the way it is, the way it's located here. We got a black and white. Now, the white is the positive, black is the negative. So we're going to go ahead and connect everything the way it is right now. I already have my power cable. I went ahead and drilled in a 3/4 inch hole inside there. I sealed it, got the bracket mounted on in there, and then we're going to go ahead and get this put on there. Now I already went ahead and made sure that the power was off, so there's no power inside of on the actual lights itself. So I want to go ahead and get this connected. And I want this just a nice little connection because I'm going to actually test it before I actually close everything up. I want to make sure that everything is nice and sturdy and safe and it's ready to go. So I got my camera here. All I'm going to do is go ahead and get the camera. I'm going to place the camera up here out of the way to make sure that it's not in the way. Go ahead and lock it into place. Make sure that it's ready to go. That's there, that's there, that's ready to go. The camera is set up and it's ready to go and all that stuff. So now I'm going to run inside and I'm going to go ahead and see if it picked the signal. Once everything is connected and I put everything back up, then I'll go ahead and take you guys inside and show you exactly what I'm talking about. All right, so I just double checked everything else. The camera is turned on, everything is ready to go, and it is working perfectly inside. So the only thing that I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and get my little clips and clip it on there. Okay, so we're out here right now. I went ahead and got the cameras inside. I went and took the actual screws out here for the light. Now it does have some sealant on here, so we're gonna have to break the sealant off to make sure that we have access to where we need to. All right, that's gonna go ahead and break the seal for the silicone. Man, as you guys can see, this thing had a lot of silicone on it. Now this thing looks like, let me see, this thing gonna kind of, well, it looks like it might pair off with it, but what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to actually take off all the silicone right here and make sure that it's nice and clean before we actually put it on there. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna fast forward you guys while I clean all this stuff up and everything, and make sure that I get ready to connect everything and it's ready to go. So you guys ready to join me on the journey of cleaning up? And here we go, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so here we are. Everything's all cleaned up, everything's ready to go. Silicone is off, all that stuff. Already have our light out. Now one thing that I realized when I pulled the light off here is that these wires coming out from the motorhome are actually really short. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and power them from here to make sure that I leave a little bit of space. It's not gonna be a lot, but okay, there's my ground. And we're gonna make sure, there we go. Now, I just wanna make sure that I don't have any power coming through here and find out exactly which one is which. So we're gonna go ahead and make sure. That's basically it. That's basically the way that you put it on there. The cover is back on there. Everything's ready to go. The camera I can adjust to where I want it to actually point at and everything. So once I have both the lights on, I'm not going to show you the install for the other one because it's exactly the same way. And then we're going to go ahead and go back inside and go ahead and make sure that all three of them are paired. They're ready to go. And take a look at the monitor and finally decide where exactly we want the monitor to actually be mounted to on the actual motorhome in the front. And then we can go through the different types of settings and everything that we can do on the actual monitor so we can see all three cameras at once while we're driving around and all that good stuff and everything. So I'll see you inside. Okay, so the camera is on the back of the RV. Everything's ready to go. You guys can see I have my monitor ready to go. I have the antenna. Now, like I said, I'm going to use the actual suction cup, so I'm not going to put that there. So before we get started though, I do have the sun shield. Go ahead and slap it on there. That way it gives a little bit of protection when you have it up here in front of the sun. Okay, so I already have it on. Now, I don't have the actual marker lights on, which is how the cameras get power. Excuse me. I already put the marker lights on the side. So I have total of 3 cameras going on mine. So if you look at here, I'll go ahead and turn the lights on. And you guys will see that I have my camera on there. Okay, now if I hit select, it goes through all my cameras, but right now I can actually have all 3 of them, which I have the backup camera here on the top, then I have my left side of the RV, and then the right side, so I'm able to see when I'm driving down the road. And for the most part, I'm looking at this, and if I look down there on camera 1, camera 3, I have 4 bars of the actual connectivity of the camera itself going back there. So all in all, I'm extremely happy with the strength of the signal that I got from all the way from the very back of the RV to up here to the front. So only time will tell once I actually get on the road and I actually start driving and see to make sure that the signal is still as strong as it is right now with the way the camera is. So this has been the actual unboxing and the installation of the Haloview wireless camera, and I gotta say, so far I'm happy. Now I do want to say that I am not being sponsored by Haloview at all whatsoever. I am going to put the products that I did have into the Amazon store that I am affiliated with. I do not get anything for being sponsored by them, but please, go there, take a look at it. It does help support the channel to make sure that I continue to be able to provide good products and good reviews for you here. So again, I'm Miguel from Signs RV Adventures. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time.